Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I wanted to pop on here quick and remind you about the special promo that we have going on for the Dressage Training Scale Masterclass. So we are offering $100 off the Training Scale Masterclass. The link is in the description. We've already had a ton of people sign up for the Masterclass, which I am super excited about. I only do the Training Scale Masterclass twice a year. So now's your chance to get in, especially because it's spring. The time changed, days are so much longer, and I'm absolutely loving having the extra daylight in the afternoons. It's so nice. But the Training Scale Masterclass, I only do it twice a year. So if you want to sign up, now's your chance so that you can be ready for show season and summer and really having a toolbox and a ton of exercises and structure for you to work on this summer. So the way the masterclass is set up is it's 8 weeks of content. We go through all the levels of the training scale. You have lifetime access to the content. So once you purchase the course, for only $3.99 right now. Once you purchase the course, you'll have lifetime access to it. So you can go back and review it anytime. And you also get access to any of the updates that I make, which is really cool. I have had hundreds of students go through this program, and it's amazing to see the transformation that they get when they take the time to really study the theory of dressage, as well as learning specific exercises for each level of the training scale, and then are able to implement those into their riding. It's something that you can always go back and refer to later on. And it really is one of my favorite programs. We've been talking a lot lately about your dream ride. And I asked on the webinar on Sunday, if you haven't watched the webinar yet, for sure watch the webinar. But one of the questions I asked was like, what is your dream ride? Like, what is riding all about for you? And the biggest answer that people respond with is like, I want to feel connected. I want to feel safe. I want to enjoy my horse. I want to have a partnership. I want to feel that controlled power. So if you're watching live, let me know in the comments, what is your dream ride? And how do you achieve that dream ride? And a lot of how you achieve your dream ride, whether you want to show and move up the levels of dressage, or whether you're really just in it for pleasure riding and to enjoy your horse and stay safe, the way that you achieve that dream ride is the training scale. And the training scale is something that's been around for hundreds of years. Thousands and thousands of horses have been trained with the training scale. So that's what all of our Olympians use to train their horses. Um, and it also historically is what they use to train military horses. So, yes, Holly here says she wants connection and roundness. When you have connection, when you have roundness, when you have a partnership with your horse, when you have this rideability, it makes such a huge difference. And again, the training scale and focusing on the structure of the training scale, where you start with rhythm, suppleness, connection, like those three elements, the foundation of the training scale, are what allow you to have this dream ride, where then you can go on and move up the levels of dressage, or jump your horse, or go on the trail, or just have that partnership and that trust with your horse. And for sure, it's something that takes time and persistence and really following these steps every single day. But little by little, it will get there. Yeah, Tetra here, she says, I'm a Western rider, but I like the theory of the dressage scale. Absolutely. So if you're a Western rider, for sure, the training scale still applies to you, because the training scale, remember that dressage means training. And regardless of what discipline you're doing, you want to have this partnership and this communication with your horse. So check out the link below. It's ameliasdressageacademy.com/training scale masterclass. If you want to sign up, the doors are closing on Saturday. The other thing is if you sign up today, I have a free bonus workshop on rider mindset, which is super helpful. So let me explain what's in that workshop. Rider mindset is one of the most important and also kind of the most debilitating parts of riding. When you get on your horse and you have a good mindset, like when you're feeling positive and confident and you have a plan, it makes such a huge difference in your ride versus if you get on and you're scared and distracted and upset, it's just not going to go well. So, riding really is a mental game. And what you'll get when you sign up today with the Rider Mindset Workshop is it's an interview that I did with a clinical sports psychologist. And so she really goes through talking about like how your brain works, dealing with fear issues, dealing with confidence issues, dealing with show nerves, and helping you figure out some strategies and some tools that you can use to control your mind, because that really is one of the most difficult parts of the sport is controlling your mind. That workshop also includes some stuff that you can do on the ground to get a little more confident. The one rein stop, which is like a lifesaver, but you really have to learn how to do the one rein stop correctly. The workshop, what else does it include? I wrote it all down because it has so much I forgot. The workshop also includes a guided warm-up ride. So that's where I'm like riding through a warm-up and you'll get the audio. So you could listen to the audio while you're riding. And that's a really good way to basically like almost get a lesson from me, but not in a lesson. And there's a lecture recording. So you'll hear a lecture where I really also go into, I think when we talk about our mindset, it's also really important to understand the horse's mindset and how the horse's brain works. So in that lecture, I go a lot into understanding the horse's brain. So be sure to sign up for the masterclass today if you want to get that workshop on rider mindset. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Jean says, good morning. Good morning, Jean. Spazzo says, hello, happy to be here. Tetra, her dream ride is connection, ability to safely go fast. Yes, horse and rider both feel confident, equal go and whoa, can ride without friends, with or without friends. I love that. Good for you, Tetra. What else? Samantha on Facebook, harmony and lightness with my horse is my ultimate dream, regardless of the level. Amy says, thinking about the training scale helps me set more realistic expectations and goals. Then my horse and I are more happy. And that's so true. I think the training scale always puts things in perspective. And especially if you want to show this season, the training scale is super important to keep in mind, because a lot of times what I see happen is people are like, oh, it's show season. And then they start just drilling the movements and drilling the patterns over and over again, and things start to fall apart. And that's where the dressage training scale really keeps you grounded in the basics, because when your basics are correct and when your horse is supple and through and connected, then the movements are like really easy. But when you start just focusing on the movements and you're not focusing on the base of the training scale, then things fall apart. Kareen says, I signed up. Can I have a water bottle and the video? Yes, Kareen, I'll give you the video. I'm not sure. We gave these water bottles to the first 20 people that signed up. So if you are one of the first 20 people, then yes, you will get a free water bottle. So the other thing for those of you guys that have already signed up, because we had several people that have already signed up, we're going to be doing an orientation call on this Sunday at 1:30 p.m. So I'll kind of be going over exactly how the program works, answering any of your questions. The other thing, if you're on the fence about signing up, let me know in the chat if you're on the fence. Joellen is doing one-on-one calls with people. So Joellen is my mother. She's the director of happiness, and you can schedule a call with her to see if the program is right for you. But we will be doing an orientation call on Sunday. The course also comes with a money back guarantee. So you can sign up for the course, give it a try, kind of see what's in there. If it doesn't work for you and you feel like it's not the right fit, then just shoot us an email and we'll give you your money back. So Horsey Day guarantee. If you or your horse aren't satisfied, we'll give you your money back. So I wanted to read a few little emails that I got after the webinar. So this one is from Nora. And she said, about 5 years ago, I underwent hip replacement surgery. Good for you, Nora, for getting back in the saddle. So she says, although I was back riding 4 months post-surgery, my confidence was not high. I struggled for quite some time to become self-confident again. Too scared at the prospect of coming off and having a big chunk of titanium in my abdomen. Yes, that is very scary. Your training videos have been giving me the confidence to keep me moving forward. The session today was a game changer for me. I have never had the theory of the training scale explained so clearly and succinctly. I am now looking forward to applying the theory and engaging in the training scale masterclass. Best regards, Nora. And that is such a wonderful email. Thank you, Nora, for sending that. But it's really true that a lot of times we miss this theory and we don't understand enough the training scale. And it's super important. I believe that we all should be required to take a course really in the theory of dressage before we start trying to train our horses or competing our horses, because if you don't have this foundation and you don't have this theory, then it's really easy to just get super frustrated with your horse and want to quit. So let's see, Cheryl, where do you sign up? You sign up at the link. I'll put it in the chat there. The link is ameliasdressageacademy.com/training scale masterclass. Let me put it in the link. I'll put it in the link on YouTube. And yeah, we have, the doors are only open until Saturday, and then we close it off, because that way we have a group of students going through the course together. And again, if you're not ready to start it yet, that's okay, because you have lifetime access to the course. So here's another quote that I love. This is from Barb. I was a firm believer that there was no need to learn anything about the training scale until I took Amelia's course. Only now, after the course completion, can I say this is why things go wrong and this is how I fix them. And this is important because it will keep my prized possession, my horse, happy and healthy. So that's so true. I think a lot of you guys might be, you hear about the training scale and you're kind of like, is this even useful to me? Should I even be paying attention to the training scale? And the answer is yes. Like the training scale is something that will help you to be more analytical about what's going on, so that when you run into a problem, you can look at the training scale and you can figure out why you're having that problem, what's gone wrong, and then you'll have some tools to figure out how to fix it. And that's so important, because dressage is really hard. It's really frustrating. And sometimes you don't know what to do. So the training scale gives you a format for that. The other reason is that even if you're in lessons, like here's a quote from someone that's in lessons. She says, I'm fortunate at present to have access to a gifted trainer who gives me weekly lessons and has introduced me to many of the exercises Amelia has covered in this course, but I have never before grasped how they fit together, how to understand what is behind any barriers or problems my horse and I encounter from time to time, and which exercises to use when and why. And so that's so true, is that even if you're in lessons, it's really useful if you have this background so that you understand like why your trainer has you do these exercises and what the structure looks like and how to build these exercises and how to put them together. Like one thing that I see all the time is that people, once they start doing collection, like once their horse knows collection, they forget all the basics and they forget about, rhythm, suppleness, and connection, and starting at the base of the training scale and really working on the basics and riding your horse forward. They just start out like riding in collection, which is so bad. And then the horses get stuck and stiff and frustrated and rearing and bucking, and all these bad things happen. So don't do that. It's really important to always remember the training scale. And then the other common thing I see is like, you all want to ride shoulder in or haunches in, but you need to have gone through a proper warm up before you do those exercises. And then whenever you're having a problem, like let's say you're having a problem in your shoulder in, you need to go back to a more basic exercise. You need to go back to a suppleness exercise in order to improve your shoulder in. You're not going to make your shoulder in better by just doing tons and tons of shoulder ins. So hopefully that makes sense. One last thing I want to mention about the program this time is we're offering premium support for students of the training scale program. What premium support is it's a lot of access to me and my team where you're actually able to submit videos. So we now have the technology where you can submit a video. We can show it on Zoom. So we can both be watching the video together. And then I can explain exactly what you're doing wrong, what you're doing well, and give you specific tips to improve. So it's almost like having a lesson with me. In some ways, I think it's better because you're not on the horse. So you can really focus on watching what's happening. And when you can see it, then you can fix it. So that's one really cool thing about the program that we're offering this time. So what else? Spazzo says, this is a good point. I need to know what to do first as exercises following the training scale. Yeah, so there is a system to dressage and there are building blocks. You don't just start out doing canter pirouettes. And when you're having a problem with your canter pirouettes, you have to go to something that's more basic and then work your way back up to the top. And that's really, really important to have that in your mind and have that theory so that you know what to do. So let's see what other notes. I think I've covered everything. Be sure, I have a new video up on YouTube today about rideability. So be sure to check that out. There's some really good tips in there to help you achieve your rideability. And I hope that you'll join the Training Scale Masterclass. Like I said, it's seriously my favorite program. I love working with the students as they go through the program, and hearing their transformations is amazing. In the last one, we had like a final project and a final graduation ceremony, and listening to those students once they completed all the coursework, they sounded so educated and confident, and they had a plan for their horses, and they understood what was going wrong and what they need to improve in their training. It was really amazing. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the masterclass coming up soon.